responsibilities. Do I not? I refuse.
I think once it hits Fridays, I'm already in like vacation mode. I'm like guilt tripping myself by saying like, you used to get so much done, you used to work so hard, and now you're like slacking off because you're having fun in life.
And wake up alone.
Is that a new printer?
On the floor. 'Cause I feel
He was very critical of his own game.
Yeah.
I loved it though. Moves for it too. So I think that was just like nice to see. Witness. Yeah, witness like another person making those mistakes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lewis, do you want rice?
Lewis says, oh yeah. I think if you one cup. Ah!
Do you usually just do cook and
We shall see.
alright. I really don't want to work right now. It's been so hard to just like stay focused and finish my website. I don't know why. Like I was super pumped when I first started working on my website and my store, but now I just don't want to. Maybe also because it's Friday, and like I think once it hits Fridays, I'm already in like vacation mode. My brain is just turned off and I just don't want to think. When there's a harder task where you actually have to make decisions, it's harder to get motivated to actually do it because you gotta make all the decisions versus like counting inventory or just like designing stickers. In a way, you're still making decisions sometimes, like when you're grading stuff, but it's not as difficult. This is gonna be one big hurdle for me to actually launch my shop, is finishing this monster of a project. I think I'm setting too many expectations on myself right now for making this like the perfect website because like people have been waiting for it for so long, and like I'm always pressuring myself to make my thing, like my creation, as good as I can possibly make it. So yeah, I'm a bit intimidated and I don't want to work on it, so I might just do all the other stuff, you know? I think I typically like to work on all of these like small tasks all the way to the point where I have no more of those left, and then I just have to sit down and finish the actual important thing. Maybe I'll just finish designing my stickers because that seems like a good way of procrastinating and doing something light. I just want it to be the weekend already. It's really funny though, because I'm self-employed. So technically, I could take the weekend anytime. But why do I still make Saturday and Sunday my weekend? I don't know. My website literally looks exactly the same from when you guys saw it like 3 months ago. I don't even remember when I did this. A few months ago. It's probably already been like 2 months since I last touched it. And it's still the same. Maybe I should like clean my room or something. I'm running out of ways to procrastinate. Curse my productive procrastination.
Utilities. Do I not? I refuse to pay for the Wi-Fi. It's like 10 minutes until you guys got spot. Oh, damn it! I'm the dumbest boy in school.
That's the only woman in the lot.
Don't play the lady.
I will play.
Race car, lazy drunk card, deserves a spot card.
Do I not every day have to deal with outside dates? Dave, I have to use my car now, Dave.
You got a grocery bag?
Oh, it's so cute! Oh shit, I stomped on her flowers. Okay, she's not gonna notice.
It's here.
What?
I think I found the door.
Hi. How do you take this out?
What would you like? Separate?
Yeah.
I think it's here.
Oh wait, this is a two-player game. Wait,
What are you
oh,
playing?
No, it's not. I have no idea. I really have no idea.
You don't know what you're playing?
Nope.
What happened? What happened to? What happened to?
I didn't want to play anymore. Also, I think I put it on the wrong side. How do you take it out?
And I say, oh, may I breathe you in. Texture of your skin. Wanna wrap my arms around you, baby. Never let you go.
I will be your father when you put your tiny hand.
Shit.
I will be the one who loves you till the end of time.
That's
That's beautiful.
Yeah, get up in the jar. How do you restart the internet?
It's sunny at most days. You'll never see the sky if you keep looking down. And if you take the wrong way, then maybe you should stay instead of turning around. So, but you keep on going. I know that you're in the open, hoping that you'll be okay. Don't stay looking out the window. And how late do you plan on going? Nowhere, afraid of all the things you don't know. There's so many reasons you should care. Don't stay looking out the window. And how late.
Hello. I just wanted to draw on my eyebrows and talk about life and random updates because I haven't been too motivated to create new work or make art or do anything of the sorts, and I'm kind of stuck in a way. I just wanted to talk about, I guess, like being okay with not creating all the time and not meeting people's expectations, even though they have probably no expectations for me to post constantly or to always be making art, and that like taking breaks are okay. Recently I've been finding a lot of like enjoyment in things like just cooking and cleaning and just like little things in life, or just in general hanging out with friends, having talks, and not like pressuring myself to just be present and making stuff all the time in my studio. But yeah, I think I need to continuously work on not guilt tripping myself whenever I feel like I'm not being productive, or whenever I'm not creating or making money, or etc., because this is a sign that my body needs a break from just always being on and always, being a productive person. I think I give myself less credit than I should, because like I literally moved recently and I'm expecting myself to fully be like transitioned into my new environment, to like fully be able to be productive even when there's like 4 other people living around me, and I'm like expecting myself to fully like have transitioned and be totally comfortable with where I'm living, be totally aware of like how the system runs in this house. And I kind of am in a way, but I'm expecting myself to process all this information, process all this change, and at the same time work as hard as I used to work. And the only reason why I used to work so insanely hard was because I had no, I guess, friends and like nothing really to do every single day except for work. Like work was the only reason why I was, I guess, keeping myself busy, keeping my mind busy, and keeping my mind off of loneliness. But now that I kind of fulfilled that loneliness and I have a bit less time to like be fully just like working all the time. Like I used to be working, I would say I would be working like over 10 hours a day, and I would even be working on the weekends. But these days it's like I would be happy if I sat down at my computer for at least like 5 hours and did that much work, or like did inventory for a few hours, while also kind of like juggling hanging out with people, or like cooking for myself, making myself fully fed. I just want to, I don't know, find a new balance, which is something that I was like talking about last week. I think a lot of it is finding that balance in living life, and also using that inspiration for living to input that creativity into my work, and that drive and passion back into my work. I think even though I say I'm like fully settled and I'm fully just like able to get back to work, I really am not processing this change at all, and I should be less harsh on myself. Like, I am not a work machine, no one's a machine, and we shouldn't be expecting ourselves to work that much. And I think because I have been working like that for 2 years straight, I'm like guilt tripping myself by saying like, you used to get so much done, you used to work so hard, and now you're like slacking off because you're having fun in life. I need to understand that taking care of myself and cooking actual meals and like nurturing my happiness and my body and all these things takes time, and it's not going to be the same as how it used to be, but at least I'll be a healthier human being instead of a workaholic. And even though I keep like telling myself that I'm not working, I'm not being productive, I think I'm measuring myself at a wrong scale, because I'm comparing myself to who I used to be when I was pretty much a workaholic, and I'm comparing the present self to that self, which right now, if I look at it objectively or look at it from afar, I'm actually keeping track and doing a lot of work, or doing enough work to sustain myself and my business. But because I'm comparing myself to that workaholic that worked like 1,000,000 hours a week, I'm like a failure in my head because of that. I just want to live and do fun things while also making art. But anyways, what else have I been up to recently? Oh, so I've gotten back into this whole thing. I used to do this a lot when I was younger, but I've been trying to sell like all of my old, I guess, tech or just like expensive things online as like secondhand things, because I love that feeling of like working your way up to a goal and just like using your resources to get that goal. So I really want to get a new camera lens for this camera. It's the 11-22 lens, and it's like a wider angle lens so that when I film myself, it's not gonna be so close up to my face, because it still bothers me knowing that people watch my videos on a big screen TV and my head is literally like taking up the entire screen. And that lens is a lens that I've been wanting since I got this camera, but it's like $400. And so I thought, like, to make myself feel less guilty, I'm gonna take all the stuff I had before that I literally never use, and I'm gonna try to like sell it and get as much money out of those things as I can. And then I will use that money to buy a lens. And I feel like, to me, it justifies the purchase a lot more, because on one hand, I'm selling something to someone else and they're going to use that thing instead of me just hoarding a bunch of stuff and never using it and letting it waste away in my drawers. And two, it just makes me feel accomplished because it's like a small win, and I like the idea of like trading, you know? It's kind of like we're trading things so that other person can use it and I can use their thing. And so yeah, I recently sold my iPhone 6. I've literally had this in my drawers for years. Like, I used this phone when I was in college, and this was my case, and I had this little like pop socket that I put a sticker on, and yeah, I sold this for like $50 or something. And then when I bought my camera used, I also got an extra lens with it that I never use. This is the Canon 50mm lens. It's a really nice lens, and I did do some like video footage with this, but it's just not something that I use at all, and I feel like someone else could use it more than I can. And so I sold this for like $80, and I also sold like a necklace for like $40. So now when I buy my camera lens, I feel less guilty about it. Yeah, but I haven't been creating too much art on my vlogs, I feel like, or at least not a lot of personal art. So I'm gonna probably just take a break from doing that and like stop pressuring myself to feel the need to like create things like that until I'm ready to. And hopefully y'all are entertained with just random bits and blobs of my life until I can get myself on track and creative again. So yeah. I would also like to shout out my boyfriend for being the true homeboy, because he got this lamp for me, which I have been eyeing this like Korean stained glass artist for like months. I think I found her in like April or something, and her username is Your Rhythm. It's YOU_R_HYTHM, I think. But she makes like these beautiful stained glass like lamps and mirrors and just like rainbow hangings and all these things, and it's just so cute, and it turns on and it's just like this most darling little thing. And I'm planning on maybe hanging it on this wall by my bed. I really like the way it's looking here, but at the same time, like my housemate said like this area just looks like a creative explosion and there's so much character here, which I really like, but the rest of my room is kind of blank. So I think I'm gonna hang that up right now over my bed. But yeah, it's so cute, and like the cord is like this braided material. It's like one of my favorite things, and I'm gonna just like love the shit out of this for the rest of my life. It also came with this little like peach butt looking stained glass thing, which I hung up and I think it's pretty cute.
If this is the phone number associated with your Cox account, press 1. Otherwise, press 2.
Thank you for calling Cox Communications.
Hi.
My name is Alex, and whom I have the pleasure with today.
Hi, this is Tiffany.
Hi.
So I recently moved
Hi,
and
Tiffany.
Oh, hi. I wanted to cancel my LVAC membership and I didn't know where I had to go to do that.
What is the member number?
I just spent like the past few hours changing my addresses for like my credit cards, for the DMV, for everything. I've kind of been pushing it off because I technically still have like 2 weeks left in my apartment lease. So I pushed it off and I did it all right now, and I didn't know that I had to call so many people to get all of this done, and like I didn't know that I couldn't do most of it just online. So I had to face my fears of calling people and actually doing this all over again. Yeah, the actual like moving from one location to the next is hard, but the hardest part for me was like changing all of my addresses and like calling everyone and trying to remember if I got everything right. But yeah, I got most of that done, so I won't have to do that again for a long time. Ooh, also I wanted to tell you guys about a interview that I did. I did it with Girls Club Asia, and it's on their site. It's live right now. I love doing these little interviews because I don't know, I just like doing interviews. I think I just like talking to people or just like sharing my story, and hopefully it inspires some person out there to want to do whatever I'm doing right now. So yes, if you would like to read that, I will link it in my description and you can go read it over there. Where are we going today, Marco?
Best Buy and USPS and
Stay.
Where's so skinny?
Why is it opening its mouth? It's like,
Can I help you?
I never have to hold heavy things again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It doesn't fit. Oh. Does it?
Old school cat, got me stunning.
Nice.
Funny how the rest won't come in. Funny how you back for loving. I got 1 2 minutes.
Is that a new printer? Oh. I bought a camera. I did. It has an aux cable.
Highest tier when I contemplating about a nation breaking. Don't erase a fight, would take a say. Take the middle road, hit to here, go break.
It's alive.
So tell yourself
It's alive.
it's kinda hard to hear it, so I'm holding big dreams.
It's receiving data. Data. Come to data.
Oh, yeah, the paper's too thin.
Yeah, running, got me gunning. Old school cat, got me stunning. Funny how the rest gon' come in. Funny how you back for loving. I got 1 too many tricks up my sleeve, I mustn't leave. Overdose of empathy.
What? What was that?
Funny how the rest gon' come in. Funny how you back for
me, more pops in me, more stream shots in me, the streets are free, go ahead and take from me.
More immersive style of language learning. Again, encompass language learning.
I would like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. If you don't know what Skillshare is an online learning community that has thousands of classes created by creators, and it covers a range of subjects like illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, business, finance, and so much more. One of the classes that I've been really interested in is called Mindful Growth and the Creative Journey, Find Your Spark and Map Your Future. It's by Mimi Chow, and I really like this class because she talks about being more mindful of where you are and what you want to achieve for your future. And the part that I liked the most is that she had a lesson talking about listing out your fears and what's kind of holding you back. And for me, I feel like that really declutters your anxieties and declutters your mind by actually making it tangible and writing it down and like understanding your fears of like taking the next step. Skillshare has no ads, and most of the classes are under 60 minutes, so it fits into your schedule, and they're always releasing premium classes, so it keeps you kind of like motivated and creative and curious. If you would like to try Skillshare Premium, the first 1,000 people that click my link in the description will get a month free of Skillshare. Thank you again, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video.